What's up, guys? Uh, since the last race that I did, the last video, I should say, I did decide to restart my career, and I'm really glad I did. It was a good decision for me because I decided to start over and just take the same approach that I did with my original career. As far as racing clean and trying to keep the rivalries to a minimum, I actually took that approach from the start now. So I ran a full truck season, and my main concern was just to race, get past the trucks so I could move up, so I could finally get to Cup. So I finished let me show you the stats real quick. So as you could see, in the camping series, I got 5 wins, but I only did 13% races. I started at the back every time, and I focused mainly on just racing clean, getting Xfinity Cup hot seat opportunities so I could move up the next year. I almost won the championship. It came really close, but like I said, I didn't take a lot of chances most people take, and so I fell just a bit short. But I also noticed something else, and one, racing the way that I've chosen to race, which is focus on racing clean, it really does add to the difficulty, or competitiveness, I should say. It's a lot harder to I don't want to say a lot harder, but it's somewhat harder to make passes and race for wins when you're racing clean. So I do suggest people try to focus on racing clean. It does, I promise you, you will feel a bigger sense of accomplishment when you win, or even getting top fives. It's a little harder when you're not just steamrolling your way through the field. The other thing I want to say, in my last video, I said that the rivalry system was broken. So I'm gonna walk that back just a bit. It's not really broken. It does need work. But this is the other thing I noticed when I restarted the career. I'm gonna go back to the other page. But as you could see, I'm in the middle of the Xfinity season, because I did one season of camping truck, all races 13%, and I'm doing 13% here as well, because I want to get to the Monster Series before I do a 25% race. And so of course everything's on Legend, and I'm also running stock setups. So I'm focused on racing clean. So let me go to the rivals. So as you could see, I would say I've done about a third of the Xfinity races. I'm about 1/3 of the way through, and I got Joey Gase as a 2-bar neutral, and then I got 1, 2, 3, 4 1-bar neutrals. Okay. And here's the thing I noticed about the rivalry system. It does actually come down if you race clean. I noticed it because I don't remember who it was. One of these guys was 2 bars, and after I ran a race clean, the bar went down to 1 bar. So it does work. It's not fully broken, like I said, which I'm happy to see, because I really thought it didn't work at all. Apparently it does work, and I don't know if it's just a case that when you have full-blown rivals, it takes a lot longer and it takes a lot more clean laps to bring their rivalry down. And I'm guessing that's the case. Like I went from a 2-bar neutral to a 1-bar neutral in just one race. With one of these guys. I don't remember which one. So it does work. I don't want to say it's broken, but it does need work. But I was pleased to see that. So Also, I'm a third of the way through, and I think this isn't bad. You know, this shows I've been trying to race clean. Yeah, you're going to make contact from time to time, and, you know, it does affect these guys. So, you know, I think I've done a good job of it. And because I'm so focused now on racing more realistically and more cleanly, I've enjoyed this experience better the second time around. So I'm really glad I decided to just reset the career and go in with a different mindset. And I am enjoying it a lot more. Okay? Yes, the game is still too easy. That's something 704 has to work on. But I wanted to clear that up. So, you know, it's not really completely broken. It does seem to work. They just have to keep tweaking on it. Like almost everything in the game needs to, you know, these guys got to continue to polish it and make it better. And that's fine. You know, that's expected. So I'm going to go to my next race. And it's at Texas. I love that track. And it's 13%. So we're going to go through that. And let's see how this goes. But like I said, in my opinion, the game is a lot more enjoyable if you focus on racing clean, and it's really how you approach the racing. You know, if you're just gonna treat it like a video game and come in and just steamroll people, yes, you're gonna win a lot easier. And if you take advantage of the terrible AI pit strategy, yes, it's easy to win. But I think if you just follow their strategy, as frustrating as it is, it does help a little bit give you the more realistic finishes. All right, so without further ado, we'll start this race. It should be a short race, 13%. Another thing I wanted to just mention, I kind of like the custom you know, car setups, like with the paint schemes. It's just really limited. They could really branch out with it if they wanted to, with the templates and stuff, and give you more color options. The wheels, you should be able to color any color you want. But it's not a terrible system. I kind of like it. You know, I do prefer a full-blown paint booth, which is what I want. But this system is not bad. It's just incredibly limited. So, okay, let's just start the race now. So, as I do with the setup every time, I just come down on the wedge just to loosen the car up a bit, add a little bit of tape, and I'm gonna skip qualifying. Just gonna start at oh, wait a minute, I just hit qualify. All right, I'll just forfeit qualify. I'll start at the back. So we should have a nice race without all the AI trying to wreck me and stuff. Okay, everything's good. Let them get up a bit. First stage is only 4 laps, so maybe I should have qualified. Alright, so I let off the gas pretty early because sometimes these guys do check up suddenly in going into the corner, which causes a lot of times it will cause a wreck. And like I said, whoa. Hit the grass there, but like I was saying, I'm trying to avoid as much contact as possible, keep things clean, and I do enjoy I'm enjoying this a little more the second time around. You know, without full-blown rivals to really give you a hard time. So I'm not being super aggressive. I'm letting off the gas kind of early. I really wish the spotter was a lot more busy. I like a guy who's constantly giving you information. They need to work on that. I can't tell you how many times, and as you can see in cockpit mode, you really can't tell who's around you. So the spotter is extremely important when you drive in cockpit mode, which is the only way I race. I'm so used to having rivals push me up into the wall, I got kind of scared there, but I'm okay here. Alright, that's the end of the stage. Everybody's gonna stay out. Like I said, I just want to do short races for now. Get through this season so I could get right to Cup, and then I'll go to try 25% out and see how that is. Unfortunately, I really enjoy racing 50%, sometimes 100% races. I'm not even paying attention when I'm talking. Totally missed the shift. But I really enjoy really long races that are realistic. But because the difficulty in this game is so easy, there's no point in running lap after lap and getting easy wins. It's just not entertaining. So in order to get entertained by the racing, you got to run shorter races so that it adds a sense of tension where you're trying to get to the front within a short period of time. It sucks that it has to be that way, but until they improve all that, I don't think I'll be doing long races. As I've said a dozen times before, you could see these guys are still in little packs. They really need to work on spreading these cars out. I mean, you watch any NASCAR race, after the first 2-3 laps, the cars are already spread out. And these guys stay so packed together, there's just nowhere to go. And this is a tricky spot to be in. You could try to force the issue sometimes, but you'll get yourself in trouble. Alright. Oh, he's trying to pinch me. Those damn Dillon boys or something else. Even when they're not your rival, they'll cut you off. Grandpa's not going to be around to save you guys if you mess with me. All things considered, this AI is pretty good. I mean, they really did do a commendable job with the AI. I do enjoy racing the AI. Yeah, once in a blue moon they'll do something stupid, but overall it really is the best AI in my opinion of any NASCAR game. It would be nice if they gave us caution replays. You know, that's something everybody's been asking for, along with a track map. And I'd like to see that. But the caution replays are definitely something they need to add to this game, just to give it some more presentation and a little bit more of a feel of like when you watch a race on television. Maybe have a ticker go across the top where you can see the where everybody's running, like when you watch a race on TV. Even if they don't do it during the race, that's fine. But when you watch a replay of the race, it would be nice to have a ticker there and have it just look more like when you watch a race on TV. I think that's something that would be very interesting to add to the game. And you know, maybe even an editor of some sort where you could kind of take the replay of the race and add stuff to it to make it, and then have it play out like watching a race on TV, and you could actually insert commentary and stuff like that. Even have like at the beginning of the race, you could have Darrell Waltrip, you know, say boogity boogity boogity, stuff like that, you know, just to make it interesting. And then that would be cool for people to upload on YouTube and social media, like a replay of the race. And then people could watch the race as if they're watching a race on TV. It's just something interesting I think they could add to the game. You know, it's not like a must-have, but it's, you know, something to think about down the line. This game is desperately in need of presentation. That's the one thing that's absolutely missing from this game. I mean, the presentation just really amounts to having NASCAR drivers, you know, with those messages after the race. Sometimes they'll tell you you did a great job, or they'll tell you that people are mad at you. That's one thing I think they should just get rid of. You know, these drivers, they're nice guys, but they're not actors, and it's just something hokey about the whole thing. And everybody says, just watching Brad Keselowski talk to you it's just cringeworthy. I'd rather have it like in the old days where you had a manager or somebody, or your agent, somebody talk to you, or your crew chief. That'd be the best thing. Have a relationship with the crew chief where he's talking to you before and after the race. Let him be the one telling you, you know, so-and-so is mad at you, or whatever. Have confrontations. There's so much you can do with presentation that would really add a lot of depth to the game, instead of what it is now, which is, it's still bare bones. But, you know, in spite of everything I'm saying, I am enjoying this game a lot more than last year's game. I do like it overall. I do think it's fun, and I do appreciate what they added with the other two series. Plus, the Xfinity cars and the trucks, they don't drive like the Cup cars, and I like that. You know, restarting the career and racing at many of the tracks with the trucks, it's such a huge difference between the trucks and the Xfinity car that I really appreciate it, and especially with the Cup car. It's like they do feel different. They did a commendable job with that, and I like that. So I'm really glad I started over, and you know, it gave me a better appreciation of the trucks, and I'm enjoying going through it a second time and doing it with the mindset of just keeping the races clean. As you could see, I mean, I had maybe one or two times where I've had some contact with somebody during the race, but for the most part, I've been running a realistic pace, and most guys would probably all the way up front by now, and I'm not, and that's because of the approach I've taken. I'm not trying to just bull my way to the front, so I'm enjoying this. Most guys right now, they'd be up in the lead, and when I pitted, I took 4 tires. And I'm sure a lot of these guys probably didn't. I mean, there's a lot of ways you could take advantage of this game and get easy wins. I like that. See, that was good, tight racing. I had to let off the gas, but just slightly. This is what I consider good racing. These guys are kind of spread out now. I can't just be wide open everywhere. I gotta kind of let off the throttle. See, the car's starting to really push now. The tire wear is there. Yeah, it all needs work. I realize that, but there is fun to be had in this game if you approach it the right way. So, can I get this top 5? I got it. See, I didn't win the race, but it was only a 13% race, and I raced clean. I ran a good, clean race. There wasn't any crazy incidents, and I really had a good time. And I wasn't really fully focused because I was talking about a lot of things, but you know, I hope maybe some of you guys got something out of it. If you really try to approach the racing the same way that I'm doing it, I think you will find just a little bit more of a challenge and enjoyment. I didn't win, but I had a good time with it, and I move on to the next race. I'm gonna win plenty of races, but I'm just trying to get through it 13%, one race at a time. And the first time I went through the career, I forgot to mention, my first full season in Xfinity, I didn't get one hot seat offer. I've already had 2, and I do believe I have 1 coming. So I'll definitely be in the Cup Series after this season. That didn't happen to me the first time. I actually had to go through 2 full seasons of Xfinity before I got a contract, before I even had a hot seat offer. So, finish event, confirm. I forgot to do the replay. I wanted to show you guys, but it doesn't matter. You guys have seen replay before. Alright, I'm in week 7. See, this is the presentation of the game.
Hey, your driving has been really smooth out on the racetrack lately. Awesome job.
See?
If you keep this up, your rivals just might become your friends. And believe me, that's going to make your life a lot easier.
Alright, nice guy, but, you know, let's get some real presentation in the game. And not this stuff. You know, it's a step forward, but this isn't cutting it. But, as you can see, look, clean race. So that's my goal. And by approaching it that way, I am having a really good time with it. I think you guys should try it. I think you'll get more out of the game. You know, it's not fun to just bowl your way up to the front and get easy wins or take advantage of the horrendous pit strategy. You know, race the AI the way they race, and it will be a little more challenging, and you will enjoy it more. And that's the kind of racing I enjoy. So, you know, if they can get the difficulty where it needs to be, then I could run 50%, 100% races and have this kind of racing. And that's what I really enjoy. So, yes, the game needs a lot of work, but I do really like the game overall. I'm enjoying it, and I haven't really had this much fun with a NASCAR game in a long time. Going all the way back to the Thunder Series. So, you know, I've been really critical of these guys, especially if you've seen the past couple of race videos. But there's a lot of good stuff to say about the game. There's a lot of potential. So that's it for now, and until the next video, I'll see you guys around. I look forward to your comments.